All right, objective two, very important objective. Identify the population and sample in a statistical study. So, when we talk about a population, the population is the entire group of individuals we want information about in a statistical study. The entire group. Typically, we use the word all to describe the population, and that signifies everybody. Now, in order to get data about all of your population, typically you carry out what's called a census. And a census is where you collect data from every individual in the population. The United States is currently in the 2020 census. They typically do it every 10 years. And again, I saw many commercials about make sure you submit your census. It gives us population data for money and stuff for your community. So again, the reason there's so many ads is because it is so hard to perform a census. This is difficult. You are relying on everybody that you give a census or survey out to then respond back, right? Unless you go to every single door and you don't leave until you get a response, it's very hard to collect data from everybody in the population. So that's why typically we use what are called samples. And samples are a subset of individuals in the population from which we collect data. Subset from which we collect data. And again, most of the time, your sample is going to have a number with it. So make sure you include that number in the sample. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here. Example two, samples of students and sodas. Identify the population and sample in each of the following settings. The student government at a high school surveys 100 students at the school to get their opinions about a change to the bell schedule. So population. So the population here, since we're at a high school, would be all the high school students. All high school students. The sample would then be the number, the 100 students surveyed. So the 100 high school students surveyed. And again, as we discussed, it's very difficult to get every student's opinion on the bell schedule. But if I go with 100 and I do a very good job of getting a random sample, which we'll talk about later, that should give me a good indication of how the school feels. All right, B. The quality control manager at a bottling company selects 10 cans from the production line every hour to see if the volume of soda is within acceptable limits. So, because he selects 10 cans, oh, sorry, what's going on? My pointer. I don't know what's happening. Give me a second. Okay, so again, because they're selecting 10 cans from the production line every hour, okay, you're not going to say, you're going to use this every hour in your answer. All right, so give me a second. I need to use the typer to type this answer out. Sorry that my pen's not working right now. So again, I'll change the color to blue so you can see what I'm doing here. So again, your population is going to be all cans from the production line in an hour, in 1 hour. So again, that's your population, right? And from all of those cans, you are choosing 10 cans from the production line. From the production line to selected. 10 cans from the production line selected. Okay, so again, that word all for population, that number 10 for sample. And again, make sure for this one, you include the production line in 1 hour. Okay, all right, nice. Last objective coming.